Hello everyone, good evening. So our today's topic is different types of clinical trials. So actually there are lots of types of clinical trials, at least 20 to 23 approximately. So let's start with in shortly. What are these types? Apparently we just say what is clinical trials or clinical research. So let's start. It is mean the carefully or ethically designed experiment on the human as well as on the animal to check out the what kind of drug have the therapeutic effect, or if any simultaneously it have any adverse reaction. So let's start with the let's find out how it goes. The first one is open clinical trial. That confusing term used as indicate that clinical trial but does not have any specific methodological characteristics. It is an open clinical trial. That is a clinical trial without a control group that oppose control the clinical trials. Second one, the single blind clinical trial. In that trial, which the subject but not observer does not know to which possible they are receiving. That single blind. And third one is a double blind. That's mean in that both the subject and observer don't know about which possible treatment they are receiving. That means the double blind clinical trial. Triple blind is that the participant subject, observer, researcher, or who analyze the data don't know that which treatment being received. That's triple blind clinical trial. That and our next one, that 6, crossover clinical trial. That means we get the clinical trial on each individual consecutively that receive each treatment under the study. That's our crossover clinical trial. And then second one, n of 1 clinical trial. That means trial in which the total population is a single patient. That only one patient it will be taken. The number of one clinical trial. The all process which all be done on only on one patient. That compared to all the treatment. Okay. Explanatory clinical trial. That means that trial said the whose aim is fundamentally to acquire a scientific knowledge and biological explanation about the efficacy. That would be check or does usually does in this phase. That explanatory clinical. That's it. Next we will see what the unicenter clinical trial. It means that this carried out by this what single researcher. That research team is just one hospital or one type of center. That was it. Uni means one. That unicenter clinical trials. That multi-center means all of the center where the lots of center when we will take the trial or the carried two or more center, but for the same protocol or for the same coordinating the process. It will be the anything will be the result, but we have to do this in a multi-center. That's and parallel clinical trial. That means the clinical trial for each group of the patient receive the single treatment silently. As I'm taking another patient take 1 mg, that's 1 mg, 2 mg, that's simultaneously in a parallel dosing. That's the parallel clinical trial. Sequential means observation are assessed as they are produce a total number of participants is not predetermined but depends on the accumulated results. Like we see the what kind of subject will be give response to the what kind of drug, that will be taken and will be assigned in the group. And community trial, that will this clinical trial is allocated randomly or in a communities or population. Instead of individual, they just took the population in a community trial. That's the community trial. And we have that classification of that. If you are going to the classification of designs, then you have to do cross sectional descriptive studies, that in that preventive studies series, evaluation, case crossover. Second one, longitudinal descriptive, observational analytics, experimental analytic studies, that all. So that's I just explained some of these clinical research studies. There are lots of, but I just explained some of. That's about it. Thanks.